This is TWiT.
Apple has turned on a way to automatically generate two factors and autofill two factors. And that's part of iOS 15. I did not know about this. Rene, have you used this? The integrated 2FA? It's an integrated two-factor code generator.
Oh, yeah. It's so like the password managers have been doing this for a while now, and Apple's built into their keychain, which is their version of a password manager. They just keep adding more and more features to it, so that if all you need is increasing basic functionality, you can do it. My thing is that as they're moving towards doing this, like both myself and Dieter Bohn have been running into this issue where Google asks for the 2FA, but they will not accept your authenticator code. They will only accept an OK from a Gmail app on a Pixel or an iPhone.
Yeah.
And you may not have that phone anymore.
Yeah. You can choose alternate authentication methods, but for some reason, some of them aren't offered. This is kind of cool.
So
I'm going to have to try this.
I found out the...
Go ahead.
I found out it's because login and re-authentication are separate streams, and they're not. The re-authentication one isn't as advanced as the login one yet.
Oh, interesting. So if you are trying to add two-factor to a site, which you should if you're not using two-factor on every possible site, and I think this is probably okay. Normally, I like to have the authentication separate from the password manager in case one is breached, the other is still secure, but if you don't, it's so convenient. When you see the QR code, it's so convenient. When you see the QR code, you long press it, and you'll get a pop-up that says, set up a verification code, and then it will set it up, fill it in, and then it'll auto-fill it from then on, which I think is pretty fantastic. I like that. So next time,
they're also working on a token system where you're not even going to have like the password anymore. It's going to generate an authentication token for you immediately. So like everyone is pushing towards better, more password-free worlds. It's just taken a while to get there.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you think about it, 2FA is about something you have, something you know, and something you are, biometrics. And the phone includes the biometrics. So you really got twos already because you've got biometrics and the physical possession of the device.
But it's not even what you know anymore because none of us can remember our 32-bit pseudo-random blobs.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got two things we have basically, and if they can reduce that to something that the code that the secure enclave on the chip generates for you, that's signed by the device that you have in your possession, that'll just make life so much simpler for everybody.
So if you already have 2FA set up, as I do, and I use Auth, unfortunately, you're going to have to turn it back off and turn it back on again, and then you can do it with iOS. The only reason I'm not going to do that is because I also use other devices like Android and Linux and Windows, and so it would be... Yeah. I guess I still have to get out the phone, so it just really would tie it to my Mac. And I presume it works on the Mac too, right? Does it work on the Mac?
It will with Monterey.
Okay. So maybe I'll wait till Monterey, because at that point, then that's pretty good, because for any two-factor, I still need a phone that has Auth on it.
So you'd be tied to Safari is the only thing, because it's
it only works in Safari. Oh, screw you!
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, you could go into the password and see the code, right? The 6-digit code. Yeah. But that's a pain compared to opening.
Well, that's why I like LastPass and 1Password and Dashlight. A lot of those are doing all the same. Like you can basically pick your weapon of choice at this point.
Yeah, and it's the reason I recommend it generally is because let's say you were using LastPass and LastPass was doing the authentication codes. Once LastPass is breached, if it were breached, you'd be out of luck. So I liked separating it. Nobody's going to breach my
authenticator.
Yeah, nobody's going to breach my keychain. If they do, there's a lot more hazards than just being able to log into my Quicken. Yeah.